Hello to all my foodies out there. We are back with another recipe from Baking Yesteryear this week. Great to be back on track with this. I do have to say, in a couple weeks, I am going to be hitting pause on Baking Yesteryear again. I want to do some more Halloween themed recipes coming up in October. I've got a couple of Hocus Pocus cookbooks. I've got a scary movie cookbook. I've got a mystery writer cookbook. So I do want to do some recipes out of those cookbooks for spooky season and everything. But that's still a couple weeks away. So we should be able to finish this chapter of Baking Yesteryear before getting into our spooky season, which I am really excited about. I love October, Halloween, scary movies, fall flavors, all of that good stuff. And so I am really excited about celebrating that time of year here on my channel with some more fall/Halloween themed recipes. But for today, we are baking the ANZAC Biscuits from Baking Yesteryear. It is an oatmeal cookie or biscuits. I am really excited to try this because I really do like oatmeal cookies. And this does seem really simple to make. The ingredients are a little bit different than what I normally associate with oatmeal cookies, or obviously is oatmeal in them, but some of the other ingredients are a little bit different, or I guess maybe not different, but like it doesn't require as much ingredients as I'm used to for a cookie. So I am really excited about giving this a try. It does come from the Australia, New Zealand area. I believe it got its name from the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. But I'm not 100% sure on that. It just kind of makes sense based off of the little paragraph that was in the book. However, if you are from the Australia and New England area and it has come from something else, please let me know. So let's get started. All right, so for the ANZAC biscuits, we do have oatmeal, coconuts. This is sweetened coconut. The recipe did call for unsweetened, but all I had on hand was sweetened coconut, so that's what I'm using. I've got flour, baking soda, butter, salt, sugar, and in here is a substitution for some golden syrup. The recipe called for golden syrup, but he did give a substitution where you mix corn syrup and molasses together. So that is what I'm using, just because golden syrup is not widely available in my area. And that is everything that we need for these cookies. So let's get started. All right, so in here I have mixed the oatmeal, the flour, sugar, coconut, and salt together, and I'm just mixing that together. So basically this is everything except for the butter, baking soda, and the golden syrup. That is going to get mixed together in a minute. So that looks like that is all mixed up pretty well. And we are going to move on to our next step. So in here I have the syrup and the butter. I am going to heat this until the butter is all melted, and then I am going to add the baking soda. When I am ready to add the baking soda to this, I will be back. All right, so I have the butter all melted and mixed in with um, the syrup. I am going to add the baking soda and give this a stir. After I get this all mixed in together, I am going to add it to the dry ingredients and I will be back. All right, so I have that added to our dry ingredients. I am just working on getting this mixed up. When I have that done, um, I am going to get a pan full of this all ready to put in the oven and I will be back. All right, so I did get everything mixed together. I did get some scooped out onto my cookie sheet. This is the remaining batter that I've got left after scooping out some on my cookie sheet. I did just want to show you guys what it looked like before it was scooped out. It did mix up really nice and form a really nice cookie batter. So over here, I've got them scooped out onto my cookie sheet. Let's get these in the oven and get them baking. All right, so the cookies are done. I am going to give them a try really quick and see how they taste. They smell really good. They look like they turned out really good. After I give them a try, I will be back with my final thoughts. All right, so I am back with my final thoughts on the ANZAC biscuits. I really liked them. They had a really good flavor to them, kind of a simple flavor, um, but they were really good. I think I might have overbaked them just a little bit. They were a little too crunchy on the bottom, I think, but as they didn't seem quite done, so I did bake them a little bit longer. Next time I will um, not bake them quite as long. Um, the recipe said 9 to 11 minutes, and I think I baked them for 13, so not super long, but I think next time I make them, I will stick to that like 11-minute mark and see how they turn out then. Um, they weren't bad. They were still good, even with it being a little overdone. Like it's kind of hard to explain. They weren't burned. They weren't really overdone. They were just really, really crispy on the bottom. And I think if I would have not baked them that extra couple minutes, they wouldn't have been so crispy and they just would have been a little bit better, but they were still really, really good. I did really like them. They were really simple to make. Um, and I really do think that I will make these again. I did like that there was no eggs in this. It's a good recipe to make if you don't have a lot of eggs on hand, which usually I do have eggs on hand, but sometimes we do get like we are running a little bit low, um, and everything like that. It happens. Um, so overall, I do think these were a really great cookie to make. If you have not made them and you have this book, I definitely recommend giving them a try. Um, so yeah, let me know if you've ever had ANZAC biscuits before. Um, if you have, if you've made this recipe or if it's a different recipe, um, if your recipe is a little bit different than this, let me know and let me know how you liked them. Um, so until then, I'm sorry, next week we will be back with a rice pudding recipe. Like I said, we are almost done with the 1910s chapter. We've got the rice pudding, a carrot pie, and the divinity yet to make out of here. And then in October, I am going to be doing some more Halloween or fall recipes. Um, just because it's October, it's going to be spooky season. and it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, please like and share these videos. And until then, good times, good food. Bye.